Yes! Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, it's kind of fletching. Let's fucking go! God damn, I'm such a fucking athlete. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Daddy Goose from Crimson Black Game. If you guys are from Crimson Black Game, you decided to come over to check out my solo metal reaction series. Thank you guys so much for checking the channel today. Or if you guys from the web, you decided to click on this kick-ass thumbnail. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel today. Or if you guys are a subscriber, part of the sub team, thank you guys so much for checking out today's episode, because today we have ourselves a good one, and I'm assuming that because you guys commented the fuck out of this, specifically on my Doom soundtrack reactions. We have the video game Metal Hellslinger, and I'm gonna be honest, look, I play video games. I have never heard of Metal Hellslinger. I couldn't even tell you what type of game it is. Even from this thumbnail, it looks like Diablo, just from the looks of it. I've never played Diablo either, but it looks Diablo-ish. But I have no idea what kind of game this is. All I know is you guys said the soundtrack for this game is fucking off the walls. So I decided to do the reaction today. And by the title, if you guys didn't see already, I only had 3 song suggestions by them. So we're doing a triple reaction to them today. And we're just going to see if it's good or not. It's interesting because, like I said, I don't know what game it is. So I have no idea what kind of style it's going to be. Obviously, it's probably going to be metal. But I don't know what kind of vibe it is. Like, Doom has a very specific sound. I don't know what this sound's going to be like. But the first song, Dream of the Beast, featuring Christina Scabia. No idea who the... oh, is that the Lacuna Coil singer? Oh, that would make sense. Fuck, I'm dumb. I just noticed Lacuna Coil is the feature. So this is going to be sick as fuck. And it probably has lyrics in it then, unlike the Doom soundtrack. So I'm excited. But without further ado, let's get it. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, we finally found a fucking pause in the lyrics. God damn. This is crazy because the Doom soundtrack sounds like a soundtrack, if that makes sense. I just said sound a lot, tongue twister. And like that one sounds like a soundtrack because it doesn't have any lyrics and it's just very doomy and there. But this is like a legit song. So that's crazy. If this is made, I'm assuming so, that it's made specifically for the game. It's not like they just took a song and threw it in the soundtrack. So that is crazy. I couldn't even imagine playing a video game listening to this. This is epic. So far, so good. This is pretty epic. soundtrack. This is sick. We're going to pause there again. It's a longer song, so I'm trying not to pause too much. But one thing I really want to point out is I think if you've seen my reactions enough, you know, well, I obviously like metal music, but there's one style of metal I still can't get into, and that's power metal. I just can't. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not my favorite. You know, like I still think it's okay. I just personally wouldn't put it on. If someone else turned it on, you know, I'm not going to tell them to turn it off, but I'm not putting it on. So for those who know me, you know I'm not big into power metal. But this is like the brink of like, I don't consider this power metal. I don't know what kind of genre this is. So maybe it is, maybe it's not. But this is like the brink of like pushing those boundaries, but not quite. And it's still really good. There's a weird threshold between too much sounding like that, but this is like perfect. And it just sounds really good. And it's part of a soundtrack too, which I think makes it even like more epic. And it just has that perfect right sound. It's epic enough, but not too epic. It's not pushing the boundaries too much. It's keeping this nice in-between boundary kind of thing. And it still has a good metal sound to it. And it's still epic. And it sounds like a game soundtrack. Oh, and oh, dude, everything. Like for a soundtrack song, I could see me having this in a playlist. That is insane. But let's keep going. Let's see if we can ride this to the end. No more pauses. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. God damn. How the fuck is this in a video game? All right, Metal Hellslinger, Dream of the Beast, featuring Christina from Lacuna Coil. But I don't want to sound stupid here, but where the fuck was Christina in that whole song? Genuinely, I'm just fucking with you. Of course, dude, I got you with that one. I got you with that one. Sometimes I miss the feature. Obviously not going to miss the feature this time. I fucking caught you in 1080p or 420p, depending on what you're watching. No, she was great. What I do want to know, though, is with Metal Hellslinger, so with Doom, I keep saying Doom because it's the only soundtrack we've listened to on this channel. With Doom, it was Mick Gordon. Like, that's who wrote the songs for that. Who writes the songs for this, though? Because it just says Metal Hellslinger featuring Christina from Lacuna Coil. But who's writing this shit? I want to know. I want to know who's writing this, because that was sick. Wow, though. For video game soundtrack, that was insane. I love the storyline. Now, from a song perspective, I think it was a little long. It felt like it dragged a little on kind of near the end. But I have to think of, like, if this is a video game, it has a nice storyline. It's going through the mission, and it's basing the sound off the mission, I'm assuming. So I'm assuming during the game, it's awesome. Just during a song perspective, it does feel like it drags on a little bit. But yeah, it probably has a completely different feel when you're playing the game. Still, nonetheless, absolutely insane. Really like that. 0 out of 100. Everything was good there. I don't know if it quite breaks that 80 mark. For reasons I honestly don't know. So I'm going to give that a 79.5. Really, really good riff. Really good vocals. Like I said, it wasn't quite power metal. And it had riffs of, like, just, like, I don't want to say normal metal, because I sound like a dumbass when I say that, but fuck it, normal metal. It just had a bunch of different styles going for it, and I enjoyed it. So, 79.5. With that being said, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so up next, we have Dissolution. Now, this is cool, because this is featuring, once again, another artist. Jorn. I'm assuming the B might be silent. Maybe it's Jorn. Speed Stride from Soul. I have literally no fucking clue who that is. Never heard of the name. I don't know if Stride from Soilwork is... Wow. Soilwork is the band name. I have no clue. Never heard of them before. But it's featuring another person. I'm assuming they're just going to take the whole vocals on this one. I have no clue. But this is going to be interesting because no idea what this is going to sound like now. Without further ado, let's get it. Dissolution featuring... I like that. This is sick. Oh, okay. Whoa! I was not expecting cleans. I honestly wasn't. With his scream voice, I was like, this is going to be heavy the whole time. But we got some cleans, so this is about to go way harder than I was expecting. You know me, I love a good mix. I love me some screams, but I love me some cleans. That sounds really cool. Now, I didn't say this in the last song, but I want to point it out before I forget. Like I said, I don't know anything about this game. But this guy looks sick. I don't know if this is the main character, if as someone you play as, but he looks so cool. Another thing that's cool is same soundtrack, obviously, 2 completely different songs. So this game's vibe is probably sick. Just having, oh, dude, I love the fucking concept they're going with here with just different singers and just, oh, it is so sick. It's like you might as well just listen to a whole new band every single time. Really, really cool stuff. Love, this is sick. This is great. It sounds like it's just a song, not a soundtrack. It's giving me like heavier 3 Days Grace vibe, and it's giving me like the soundtrack and like the character creating section in like any WWE game. Just from like what I remember as a kid, that's genuinely what it's reminding me of. I know that's such a fucking random ass take on that, but that's what it sounds like. It's really good. Dude, I can just picture it. May have just paused mid vocal there. I apologize, Jorn. Oh, okay, that's what I was gonna say. This guy, I like him a lot. I love his voice. It sounds really, really good. So, and I've never heard of Stride from Soilwork before. So if you know who these guys are, maybe leave some comments for these guys, because I kind of fuck with them right now. I'm assuming they stick to the same style-ish genre in their own songs. But I like his voice a lot, so if you guys know any songs by them, fucking leave a comment down below, and let's react to our boy Jorn. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I have no idea. Wow, Dissolution featuring Jorn, aka Speed. That was a straight bop. That wasn't a soundtrack song. No, that was a single. 100%. No, I refuse to believe that's in a video game, just casually playing. No fucking shot that's in a video game. That was genuinely, not even from a soundtrack perspective. I'm talking straight song perspective. That was fire. God damn. Love the vocalist. Love his cleans. I love at the end there, they went scream, clean, like in a couple of words. And I love it when people do that. People don't do that enough. Like a one word kind of deal. People don't do that enough. It sounds so good. But wow, that fucking slapped. I'm really curious about this game now and like the vibe it gives, because just off the songs alone, like when I listened to Doom, I already knew what Doom was. I just never heard the songs before, but I knew what the game was and the vibe. But I don't know anything about this, and now I'm really intrigued. Wow, 0 out of 100. I think I'm putting that in 83.5. No, honestly, fuck it, 84. No, that's going 84. 84 all day. That is so good. But with that being said, this video is already long as fuck, so let's hop on to the last one. All right, last up, we have Metal Hellslinger, the Devastation, featuring Matt from Trivium. Now, I don't know if Trivium had a bunch of different singers. I don't know. It seems pretty common that bands had different singers. But I've heard Trivium before. I think I've heard What the Dead Man Say by Trivium. Is that the only Trivium song I've heard? Maybe. So I've heard Trivium before, and that song is pretty good. So I kind of have high hopes for this one now. So without further ado, let's get it, because this is another 6 minute and 30-second song. Thank you so much for this long ass reaction. Hopefully you guys had enough time to watch the whole thing. But let's get it. This guy looks so sick. I don't know who this is. Let me know what his name is. He's so cool looking. Oh boy. I've heard something similar to this before. Can't think of the song though. Sorry, I know this just popped in my head and I have to say it immediately before it distracts me from the song. What was their pay limit on this soundtrack? Like, these are heavy. I don't know who the other guy was, but I mean, Lacuna Coil and Trivium? Like, those aren't just small bands. So that is insane. This is their third song. I'm sure there's like 20 more songs too. So what did they pay out of pocket to get these guys to sing on their game? That is incredible. It sounds very Trivium-y, just from the one song.
When all said and all done, a dying sun in front of me.
Not what I was expecting.
Said and all done, bright colors crack and fade to gray. Foul devotion, it crumbles into drifting ash. Do you feel what I feel? This devastation seems to comfort me. Not this wise way, not this world, pushing to flies.
Let me know if that's the same singer. Because like I said, I've only heard Dead Man, what the Dead Man say. I may have heard one other song by them. I can't tell if it sounds like him or not. And like I said, maybe they switched singers and maybe this is a new singer. I have no idea. Some parts it kind of sounds like him, but some parts it doesn't. It's a very different voice than what I was expecting from in this song. So far, still sounds good. I think the voice just threw me for a complete loophole, and it's hard to pull me back in because it just was completely different than what I was expecting. Like very Viking-ish, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's even a thing to say, but I said it.
This black road we choose to follow despite our best beliefs. Conflagration tears us all apart. These hollow eyes can sing. Life it should not be. You always spoke your truth, but never knew it all. Just let it fade away. Let its face wake. Let the smile crush into flames. A desolation of my families. It burns. Is it still the same?
Straight up, turns out I'm an absolute sucker for when guys hit high notes. I don't know why. It just, that shit hit different. I think it's just because I'm not expecting it and it just hits you. And, oh, God, that sounds good.
For you is your ceremony in vain. I'm holding on. Let this body break. Let this scorching last. It's so beyond this age.
Oh, I paused at a weird time. Sounds like we're getting a whole switch. One thing I feel like it's pulling me out on this. It's still really, really good. Don't get me wrong. I feel like this one, though, the other two songs genuinely sound like they could have been singles by them, and they just threw it in this game. This song sounds like it was specifically made for the game. Like, I'm sure the other two were as well. But this one just sounds more catered towards a game. And I think that's why it's sounding off for some reason. But maybe not. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me on that one or not. I have no idea. That's just the vibe I'm getting. However, I am going to rewind a half a second because we're about to get a different switch, maybe? I don't know.
Life drops to death. I'm still here.
Thought I was going to drop that. Fuck.
Let this body break. Let this torture last. It's so beyond this age. I'm holding on. Let this body break. Let this torture last. It's so beyond this age. Let your pain others know.
Really strong finish there in that one. So first thing, Metal Hellslinger. Soundtrack or music festival? Because that's not a soundtrack. That's a straight up music festival that just has bands after bands of just like S tier shit. That's what this is. Straight up. This is 3 songs. Like, how many songs are there in the soundtrack? And all of them are just like high-end band things. Like, dude, I hope there's a song with our boy Chad Kruger. If you know who that is, you know. If you know, you know. Where's our boy Chad Kruger though in a feature? That's what I want to know. Dude, that's probably S tier if that's in here. However, this surprisingly, maybe 2, maybe not, was actually my least favorite of the 3. I liked the riff in some parts, had a really strong finish. It just, for some reason, I don't know if it was his voice in this one or just the style it went for. It just wasn't hitting the same as the other 2, and I'm not entirely sure why. Still good overall. With that being said, I think it's around like a 76 flat. Still really good. It's just something just felt not quite right about it. Maybe if I learn it more, it would. I could see myself if I learned it, and it could maybe surpass the Lacuna Coil one, but I'm not too sure. However, all 3 songs I'm assuming slap in the video game. But with that being said, though, let's move on to today's outro. I hit that note too. God damn. Wow, Metal Hellslinger, soundtrack of the decade? Like, seriously, I'm being genuine here. I'm not gassing it up. What soundtrack beats that? Like, what video game soundtrack beats that? Like, there's some soundtracks, sure, that are like nostalgic value. I'll just say it again because I mentioned earlier, like WWE video games, like those ones are nostalgic, but they're not fucking bangers like those. Like, that's like, those are like insane. And those soundtracks too, like, just take songs and just put them in their game. These were, I'm assuming, were made for the game. Absolutely crazy. I want to know what their budget was on that. But really, really good stuff coming from Metal Hellslinger. So if you guys want to see more from them, or want me to react to more of the soundtracks, leave a comment down below. Maybe even tell me, is there a Metal Hellslinger 2? 3? I don't know. Shit, Doom has like 18 fucking games. So maybe that one does too. I have no idea. But definitely leave a comment down below. With that being said, though, hopefully you guys liked today's episode, and I hope to see you guys in the comment section, of course, and in future videos to come as well. But you already know, if you guys are used to my videos recently, and you guys have been sticking around this long in the outro, you already know what's coming, and that is the secret word of the day. That just means I know you guys are watching this outro, that bonus content. Content is content, and if you comment this word down below, I'm going to know what you're talking about, you're going to know what you're talking about, but you might confuse the other people that didn't watch up to this part, and then we're going to have this little thing, and it's going to be really cool. But the secret word of the day, let's make it spoon. So you comment spoon down below, and we're going to have this cool thing. Join the secret word club, dude. It's a good club. With that being said, though, have a good night, everybody. Thank you again for the amazing support recently and the great song suggestions. And just have a good night, everyone. Daddy Goose out. So glad I caught that Fletchling earlier.